For the latest on this story, I'm joined in the studio now by our reporter Nqobile Madlala. Nqobile, great to see you. Talk to us about what's happening at Rivoli. Obviously, it seems a lot of chaos from where we are, but the police sending in reinforcements, arresting as many as 194 of these illegal miners.
Yes, 194 indeed, and they are expecting to do more arrests. But what we have seen is that we've got this task team that is, of course, that is being led by Zulu, which we have seen that she has worked very hard, and we've seen her going in with the private security. We've seen her going in with the police. We've seen POP on the ground, which is the public order police as well. So they're going in basically to some of these holes that have been open. But we have heard also that they've closed some of those holes. When we were on the ground, we had already heard that there was about 48 of those holes that were closed in that area, in that vicinity. And we do know that these holes are a direct link. So they get out of the holes, cross the road, and go into this informal settlement. We understand that this is where they take all the dust, the gold dust, and this is where they also work with their pendukas. As you heard the minister saying that they've taken pendukas. This is the equipment that they work with, and it's mainly in the informal settlement. So what we know right now is that the police are really hard at work in ensuring that Rivoli is safe. However, what we've also seen is that the community is still a bit somehow unhappy with what is happening. They're saying that even though there are police, they've seen some of the Zamazamas on the ground. And you're hearing from the minister now saying that there are some people that have said that the Zamazama said they're not scared of the police. So surely there must be some communication to get there, to get to the minister. And he's saying that they must come out of those holes. And those are the holes that they are currently working in. Those are the holes that they're currently monitoring. We see them monitoring those holes with drones as well. So there's quite a lot happening. You've got a community on the one side that is asking that the minister makes sure that these holes are closed permanently. On the other side, you've got the Zamazamas that are also wanting to get to their home, which is at this point have been referred to the informal settlement. But if you get there as well, you find that there are some South Africans that live there who really have not done anything. And they themselves also are worried for their safety. In fact, yesterday when we were waiting, we were able to speak to some of the South Africans off camera, and they were saying that somehow it has been difficult for them to be under these circumstances, but this is where they live. So it's a very interesting position really for that community, but the community is very clear. They do not want this criminality to take place, and the police must take charge.
Well, let's talk about the impact of these illegal mining activities on the community at large. I mean, the one aspect that you bring in is that of safety, but I'd imagine that there must be numerous other issues.
Well, yes. So when we were in the community, they were telling us about a school that has one of the holes right next to the school, and this now threatens the pupils that go to that school. The minister said that they are currently speaking to the police. They are going to get the police to stay there and to basically safeguard. But you can already see that there's safety of kids that are now, which will be pupils, these children that are going to school, they're really unsafe there. At the same time, you have the community that is really feeling under siege. If you speak to some of the community members there, they were telling us that some of the Zamazamas would be drilling underneath, and it would come all the way to underneath their homes. They're saying that there's an incident where a person was drilling underneath, and the person in the house started knocking on the floor to say, hey, there are people that are living here. So if you find that you see that the police are saying, no, you do not worry, the minister is saying, do not worry, sleep peacefully at night, we are here to help you. But are they there when there's a situation like that where there's somebody underneath your house? So there's a major safety issue. But at the same time, this community tells you stories about how they see these illegal miners walk past their house. They tell you that they walk in a certain formation. They're saying that they're scared of them. When it's between 5 o'clock to about 5:30 going to 6 o'clock in the afternoon, when they see them, they literally close windows and close doors. Now, this is something that you see in a movie, but it's currently happening in South Africa. So this community is saying that there's a lot that has gone off. The infrastructure has been affected. Their homes have been affected. They're scared to be out there. They're saying that there are pipes. We've seen what happens when a gas leak happens. They're saying there might be a disaster that's waiting to happen, because even this informal settlement settlement is on top of very important infrastructure. So there's a lot that's happening in that community, and they're just basically very worried, and they want solutions, and they want them now.
So, Police Minister Bheki Cele has sent his troops out. They've arrested 194 because things have come to a head. But when you describe what's happened in the past, this has obviously been happening for some time. Do we know how far back this goes, firstly? And secondly, will police maintain a presence beyond the arrest of these 194? Do we expect more arrests?
So I think the police have been clear. Even when we spoke to Elias Mawela, they did say that they are expecting more arrests. They want to arrest more people. They want to crack on these illegal miners, as well as in the criminality that's taking place in the area. But of course, if you speak to the people that live in the area, they tell you that this has been ongoing for quite some time. Some of them recall calling the police in Langlaagte, saying that they must come and assist, and the police presence has not been there. And they have said that they've called them, they've asked them to come, they've begged them to come, and police would come and nothing would happen. So there's little trust to the police, but they are expecting that with the minister, things are going to change. However, there is a great possibility of the community coming into playing, into assisting the police, because they're saying that they know these areas, they want the police to go into those areas. And really their solution right now has been to move the entire informal settlement, because they feel this is where the heart of this operation is. So there is that solution that they have brought forward. But then, if you listen to the city of Joburg as well, they're coming in and they're saying that they've already started moving some of the people from these informal settlements so that they are able to sort of clean that area up and sort of have it clean and clear so that they can have that place in a safety position. But there's a lot really happening for this community, because they're saying that the crime as well has not changed. Yes, there is a police presence, but it's been very difficult to see now that the change must come. They're safe, they feel slightly safe, but the crime, is it permanent? And this is where the problem is, because we have the minister that comes in, and we've seen it in Diepsloot. We've seen it in Diepsloot, where he has said, we are going to put in our forces, they are going to help. We've seen it in Soweto, where they've done the same thing. And now this community is saying, give us permanent solutions.